You know, I want to talk about Black Wall Street, 1921 tragedy. I want to talk about that, like what it really meant, what was really going on. As you come into the live, be sure to double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel. Black Wall Street, 1921, Greenwood District, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Supposed to be a prosperous community where blacks were able to establish businesses. I believe it was 100 and something businesses, banks, you name it. They had it all. And for some reason, a mob of hateful whites decide it would be good to burn it down, kill people. What could we learn about that today? Did white America overcome its hatred against blacks that are successful? Or do they still feel some type of way when you're black and you are prospering more than them? Because when we look at the Black Wall Street situation, what would trigger a mob to loot? See, a lot of times we hear that white people don't loot. Oh yeah, they were looting because Black Wall Street was very prosperous and they felt some type of way about this. And I want to talk about it. I want to talk about this topic. You know, I talk about everything on the platform, but I want to talk about this and have the conversation to find out if white America still feel this way. Is there a deep-rooted jealousy when white folk see black men and women being successful and you just feel like tearing it down? You know, in my own experience, I feel that there are still a lot of white folk that feel the same way they felt about Black Wall Street. I really do. I believe that there are certain pockets of the white population that really don't like the idea of black men and women coming together, mobilizing, and doing what they got to do to prosper. I don't believe that they enjoy seeing you prosper. I feel that there are a lot that get intimidated by that. It's like, you're black, you're not supposed to have that. How many of you black folk live in areas that is quote unquote a nice area? And you get stares from white folk. They look at you almost like, how are you able to be here? If you get that, chances are that's the bloodline seed of the massacre. That means there's still pockets of hateful people that still exist. I can feel it. I already know it's true. That's why I want to have the conversation. Now, little background on what's going on. So it says that Black Wall Street, the prosperous Greenwood district of Tulsa, Oklahoma, was destroyed in 1921. Tulsa Race Massacre, when a white mob attacked and burned the community to the ground on May 31st, and June 1st, 1921. What's interesting is I was born June 1st, 1977. Interesting. And I'm the guy that's talking about it. Isn't it interesting how our ancestors are able to speak through us? Isn't it amazing? I was born on June 1st, 1977. So let's find out more about this, all right? It goes on and it says, the massacre and destruction. Triggering events, the violence was sparked by an incident in an elevator involving a young black man and a white woman. Now, guys, to the brothers, you got to learn from history. I know you be wanting to get with a stove bunny. I've been saying this from the rooftop. I say this all the time. You, Ben, need to stick with your black woman. I don't care how enticing. I don't care how much she flaunts with you, talks to you, try to flirt with you. Don't do it. It's a trap. I'm just being honest with you. I'm sticking with black women. I have no interest in dealing with white women at all. And it's because I understand history. And even if you are white and you don't got no issues, I still will not deal with the white woman because I understand history and I will never forget all of the black men who died because of an interaction. It could be something as simple as you could be in your community and the men in the community see that you're talking to a white lady or a white young lady, whatever the case is. That won't sit right with them. Envy, hate, jealousy, everything kicks in. Be very careful, guys. Very, very careful. I know that it's a little controversial. At the same time, all you got to do is just look at society. Look at all the black men that had relationships with white women and look at all the problems that came for the men. All these black men, just go through the history. All the black men that been through all sorts of madness and they were connected to a white woman, look what happened. From celebrity deaths, men being incarcerated, arrested. If you go and you look at it, you'll be like, something ain't right about that, right? So now, let's get back to the content. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Let's get into the content and find out what's going on, right? So the violence was sparked by an incident in an elevator involving a young black man and a white woman. The man, Dick Howland, was arrested and rumors spread, leading to a confrontation at the courthouse where armed black residents gathered to ensure Roland's safety against an impending lynching by a growing white mob. So, first thing we have is a young black man was arrested, whatever the case is, uh, incident at the courthouse. He's probably leaving. Some armed black folk decide to protect him because of the mob, and they was most likely going to lynch the man. And for whatever reason, these armed black people guarded him, protecting his life. Now, because of that situation, tensions grew. Because why? They wanted some sort of vigilante justice because of whatever incident with a white woman, which goes back to what I told you guys about staying with your women. Stay with your women. I don't care what anyone say. Stay with your women. Do you know, me saying to black men to stay with their women, some white folk will get mad at me because of that. What? How could you get mad at me for telling the black man to stay with his women? That's weird. That's actually weird. Let's get back to the content, guys. So it goes on and it says the attack. The confrontation escalated and the white mob, which included some deputized individuals. So we got some deputies that are involved in the mob. Deputized individuals, people that want to take law into their hand, people that want justice, they all gather together to confront these people. So now, these individuals moved into the Greenwood district. Now, why was that district targeted? Because they were jealous. They couldn't stand the sight of seeing black folk prosper like that. They couldn't understand. You know, when you think about slavery, when you think about, water fountains, only blacks could go here, whites could go here. The 50s. I mean, this is 1921. So the last thing any white folk wanted to see was an entire community of blacks having banks, businesses, hotels, whatever you name it, they had it. That was black excellence. Now, it says the confrontation escalated and the white mob, which included some deputized individuals, moved into the Greenwood district. Over 18 hours, they looted and burned homes and businesses, killing black residents. Airplanes were even used to drop firebombs on the area. Now, this was a full-scale war. This wasn't over no white woman. This was over pure hate. Airplanes used to drop firebombs. Airplanes used to drop firebombs. They wanted to destroy Black Wall Street because they saw that as black people growing in power. But before we continue, this is the thing that I got. As successful as Black Wall Street was, there was one thing that was missing, and that is a military. That was missing. You might have had a few blacks that was armed, but I'm talking about a black army that is literally there to protect what they built. I think that we can learn something from history, in that when we try to establish something, there have to be an army, there have to be security. And I really believe that if Black Wall Street had its own military, the white mob that came in would have never stood a chance, because they would have been taken out immediately. And this is what happens when you try to take the friendly route. You cannot be friendly to people that don't like you. If there's anything you must learn in life, guys, when people don't like you, you cannot be friendly to them. They don't like you. They hate you. They don't even know why they hate you. They just don't like you. So when we look at this tragedy, it was not because of a young white woman. It was all out of pure jealousy and hate. Pure hate. And it's sad, because when we look at white America today, I want to know how many of you that are descendants from these savages that burned down and slaughtered Black people, how many of you still have that residue in your blood where you hate people of color when you see them prospering? Because I could feel it. Not on all white folk. At the same time, I could feel it. I could be around white people and just know they're full of evil spirits. They hate the sight of me being around. I can feel it. It's a gross negative energy that, you ever had a situation where there was some tension in the air? Somebody had an issue with somebody on the job, you all at the lunch table, the person walk in and the room just gets silent and you could feel that in the air? That's how I feel it. You could feel it. You can have neighbors that are white and you just know they don't like you. They'll smile in your face, but they don't like you. They can't stand the fact that you're there. They can't stand the fact that you doing well. Heck, you doing better than them. And they pissed off about that. They don't like that. That's one thing that I've learned. There is pockets of the white population that don't like seeing a Black man prosper. If you're Black and you're driving a nice car, they're upset. They're already done stereotyping you. How you're able to get that? How are you able to afford that? What do you do for a living? They sizing you up, trying to see what kind of money you getting. Because in their mind, you're not supposed to have that. You're Black. You're not supposed to have a nice car. How are you able to drive around this $80,000 car, this $100,000 car? You're Black. And this is why I always tell you, as a man, as a woman of color, you got to live your life. You got to shine, stunt, make the world see you. Make them see you, you know? Because a lot of times, people get mad when they see a Black man shine. See, I'm a humble guy. I don't show off. I don't like to do all of that. There's no need to do all of that. At the same time, there's times when you have to stunt. Times that you have to show a mother effer that you got your ish together. That you're a free man, if you know what I mean. You're a free man. I don't have to say massa. I don't got to come by and polish your shoes. You're going to polish mine. Do you understand me? So now, when we look at this situation, it is disgusting. It is embarrassing. And it proved that when this happened, it was a blow to black people to knock them off their square, to knock them off their square so they can never recover. You understand? We're talking about prosperity like never before, guys. How they did it? Through unity. Black people were united. The smart of our people were united. The educated. We understood what community economics look like. Look at us today. We don't even get along. You look at us today, we don't even build anything. Okay. We back. I had a phone call. Think about what I'm saying. We don't even build anything. We don't have no community. If we do start a business, black people don't even support it no more. Nobody's happy for us if we try to be successful in any way. Nobody want to support anything we do. We could be a music producer, a singer, a cook, anything. Nobody that's black would want to support it. Do you know that black people don't even support hip hop music? It's white people who support it, Asians. Every other group of people support rap music. Black people don't even spend no money. When you see all these rappers going platinum, triple platinum, it's not black people that's doing that. It's white people that's buying the music. They like the music. We went from Black Wall Street to poverty, to SNAP benefits. Think about what I'm saying. From Black Wall Street to EBT cards, where you got grown black men, they don't know how to build nothing. You got black men that don't even know how to use power tools. How often do you see black men in the big box stores, in Home Depot, Lowe's, and other places in the tool section? I don't see them. I don't see black men in the big box stores buying tools. They don't even know how to use them. I see a lot of white guys. I don't see black guys. And it's sad because the men of old knew what community was. They knew how to build. We took care of our women. Today, fatherless homes, no mentors, no nothing. So the youth is destroyed. The massacre was an attack on our future generations to come. And what it did, it discouraged the black man and woman so badly that they decided to no longer build. Tried but failed. And from then, just never been the same no more. Now we're out for self. We establish our own way. We no longer care about community because we're constantly afraid that they will come back and try to burn it down. This is why a lot of black men and women refuse to build certain businesses. It's in their blood where they're concerned that somebody may want to burn it down, buy them out so that they don't prosper. I know for a fact that there are still descendants of that bloodline of evildoers who till this day when they see you brothers and sisters living your life, they don't like to see you. They don't like to see you drive that car. They don't like the fact that you're looking good. They don't like the way your house look. They don't like your lawn. Oh yeah, let's talk about that. You know, in this community where I'm at right now, I have the best lawn in the community, hands down. At the same time, I know there's a lot of neighbors that hate the fact that I have that. And what's so crazy about this, guys, is this. They can have the same thing, but they'll be mad at me because I put in the work to make it happen. And do you see that? Or they could just hire me. Excuse me, neighbor, could you make my lawn look like yours? It's simple, right? They will hate you just because you're black. It's something about a black man or black woman that have and live good. It bothers people. Not only do it bothers other blacks, but it bothers white folk. And I'm talking about the ones that hate black people. Not all white people hate black people. I'm talking about the ones that hate black people just because. They don't like to see you shine. They don't like to see you grow. They don't like to see you have nothing. Right? And it's just sick. It's really, really sick, guys. So now, let's see what we got. So it says that they drop firebombs, all sorts of things, killing black residents. Scale of destruction, an estimated 35 to 40 square blocks of the thriving community were destroyed. Over 1,200 homes and some 190 businesses were burned or looted, leaving roughly 10,000 black residents homeless. Right? Homeless. Now, here's another problem that I got with this. Put a 1 if you're ready for the ultimate truth. Put a 1 in the chat if you are ready for the ultimate truth that you never heard before. It's a tough pill to swallow, but I got to let you know. The 10,000 homeless blacks that was left to struggle were racist against their own people. Those were the well-off blacks who was doing very well while looking down on the other blacks that wasn't doing well. And they got judged. You see, history repeats itself. Today we have the same thing going on. We have a lot of blacks that grow ultra successful. They don't live where you live. They don't live where you live. They live in the good part of town, while you are in the ghetto. They don't even want to be around you. So when you think about this, where they were, that was the good part of town. So there was division amongst blacks even back then. Everybody didn't get along. How we know that? Because today we don't get along. There was different classes of blacks, different economic brackets of where certain black people live, who was free, who was down, who was poor, who was this. It was all like that. We just don't want to talk about it. What we like to do is we like to dwell on Black Wall Street like we were all Black Wall Street. No, we were not. Black Wall Street consists of the upper class blacks. The upper class blacks who are about their business. Remember, so for some reason, when we hear Black Wall Street, we think black community all over the world. No. Wasn't no black community all over the world. We're talking about Tulsa, Oklahoma. The Greenwood district of Tulsa. Not the whole earth, not the whole world. That bothers you, right? Well, the same problem is happening today. See, the same racist issues that we had back then with whites, it's here today. Just like the racist blacks that hate blacks is here today. There's black people that live in the community where I live. Do you know none of them talk to each other? None of them. None of them talk to each other. None of them. You want to know why? Put that one in the chat, guys. I got to give you the truth, the ultimate truth, and nothing but the truth. The reason why, guys, that black folk don't talk to black folk in this community where I'm at, it's because they don't like each other. They don't like each other. See, when I moved here, I didn't move here because I want to be around white folk or I want to be around black folk. I moved here because the environment fit what I wanted, not necessarily the people. At the same time, when racist blacks move into communities, it's because they want to be around white folk. Now, the problem happens when the racist black move in and want to be around predominantly white folk, and he notice or she notice that there are other black folk who live there. That is where competitive jealousy kicks in. Everybody starts to size up everybody. Everybody starts to look at everybody. And there's this hatred where you won't see the blacks communicating at all. Why? Because they want their neighbors who are white to like them. Notice you have somebody in the chat says, why are you so obsessed with 1921? It's interesting how I'm talking about a real life historical moment of something that happened. And you're telling me I'm so obsessed when this is my first time ever talking about Black Wall Street on YouTube. See, you are a racist who hate the fact that a black man is actually talking about it because you're of that bloodline. You're of the seed of those who looted, burned, and robbed that community. Whether that community was the upper class blacks or whatever the case is, you still did that community dirty, right? And this is why there's so much things that happen even in today's day. I mean, if you look at the wildfires in California, look at all those homes that burn to the ground. All of that is judgment. All of that. When you look at all of these natural disasters that happen, that's all payback. It's all payback. When you watch cities burn to the ground, $1 million homes, all your cars, luxuries, possessions, everything go up in flames, it is because God remembers what you did. He remembers. And it always comes back. This is why you have to be good to one another. See, in order to make America great again, we got to get rid of the hate. We got to get rid of racism on both sides, blacks and whites. Whites got to stop the hate. Blacks got to stop hating themselves. If this don't stop, the madness will never end. It'll never end. You know? Somebody said fake hat. What's a fake hat? What's a fake hat? This hat? This hat is fake, you saying? Let's see who that it is. Papa Bear, whatever. Come back into the chat, Papa Bear. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk about the fake hat that you assume. Which hat is fake? Don't be a coward now. Come on in. Come back into the chat so we can have the conversation like men. Which hat is fake? Isn't it interesting how people can say things? You says, I'm a grown man. I mean hate. You didn't mean hate. You said it's a fake hat. What do you mean? What are you talking about? You meant hate. What is a hate hat? You're not even making no sense. All right? People are crazy, man. Let me see if I could do this. Because he said fake hat. Took a screenshot of it. He said fake hat. It's right up there in the live chat. Fake. That's what he said. Anyway, never mind. Let's get back to the topic. I wish YouTube could make this damn text larger, man. Is there any way you can make this thing larger, man? It's like I can make me larger on the screen, but I can't make the text larger. You said you still talking about a hat. Let me put you on the block list. I hope that helps you out. Now you're gone. Bye. So let me get back to the topic, guys. Let's go back to the screen. So it says scale of destruction. An estimated 35 to 40 square blocks of thriving community were destroyed. Over 1,200 homes and some 190 businesses were burned or looted, leaving roughly 10,000 black residents homeless. Casualties. The exact death toll is unknown, with official estimates at the time being very low, but current credible estimates range 36 to 300 people, mostly black residents. Now, my issue here is why none of these residents were armed? How was it so easy for these vigilantes to come in and do this? How was it so easy for that to happen? You know, those are the type of things that always concern me, is how this even was able to even happen. Where's the intelligence in the community to know that there's a threat? Common sense would tell you, if there was an issue between a black man and a black woman, why there was no security? Why was no one policing the community? I don't get it. Aftermath and long-term effects. Lack of justice and compensation. No one was ever held accountable for the massacre. See, this is where a lot of blacks get that Martin Luther King mindset, where they be nice all day. You got to understand that when situations happen like that, right? You're the one that's supposed to bring justice. You're the one that's supposed to bring justice. You're waiting for somebody else to hold somebody accountable. That's what you're supposed to do. That's one of the biggest problems black people have always had, is that when they're being destroyed, they're busy praying to Jesus or singing lullaby songs when they're supposed to be out there handling business, right? Because if it was the other way around, trust and believe somebody will be held accountable, right? So it says no one was ever held accountable for the massacre, and the black victims received no financial assistance. Notice that, guys, no financial assistance. So there was no WIC, there was no SNAP, there was no EBT, no welfare, nothing, no insurance, nothing. There was nothing for them. But yet you got blacks talking about they're going to run up into Walmart and rob and steal because their SNAP benefits is not on their card. You guys are ready to crash out, risk it all for food. But back in Tulsa, Oklahoma, y'all ain't do a damn thing when they destroyed your community. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You know? That don't make no sense. It's like they didn't even do nothing to bring about their own justice. They just let it happen. I mean, by the pure fact you're financially ruined and homeless, that ought to make you go crash out. But you are willing to crash out for some food in a supermarket. But back then, you were like, kumbaya? No. At that point, everybody got to lose everything, bro. If I'm losing my house, my businesses, everything that I own, ain't nobody family going to be able to have any peace after that. Everybody losing everything. We're going to all be homeless. Everything got to burn. I don't care. At that point, you destroyed my entire life. So we coming for you. I just don't understand that mess. So it says black victims received no financial assistance or insurance payments for their losses. So even though they had businesses and homes, they didn't get no insurance, nothing for their losses. Some survivors who tried to sue were unsuccessful due to clauses in their insurance policies because, you know, black folk don't read. You understand? Black folk don't read. So those fine prints, they weren't reading it. You were just paying into the insurance and you made the insurance company rich. Guys, listen to me very carefully. All insurance companies is fraud. It's a business of just getting paid. It's a lie. It's a gimmick. They just get rich off of us believing that we're covered. You know? To the idiot who says, like, we're not reading, like, I'm not reading your comments, let me put you on the block list because you're what I call a fool. If you want somebody to read your comments, post a super chat with some dollars. Nobody can see your comment by you just being ignorant and foolish. So I'm going to put you on the block list, right? So stay there and cry. You want somebody to read your comments, you pay for that, right? Pay for that. Post a super chat and stop being broke, right? That way your comment can stand out. Shout out to Black Cloud for the $1.99. Says, love the content. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Okay, so let's get back to this, guys. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, guys. Let's get to the content. So it says that the survivors, man, they tried to sue and were unsuccessful due to clauses in their insurance policies, right? Interment, many surviving blacks, Tulsans, were rounded up and held in an internment camps for days or even months, requiring identification tags to leave. Now they treating them like slaves. You see this? Had them in camps. Generational impact. Because, see, a lot of you black Negroes don't understand the generational impacts because you didn't get this education when you were in school, because they really never teach you anything in school. The educational system in America teach you how to be a good old, I wouldn't say slave on the job, but they make you an obedient worker. That's what the educational system is for in the U.S. The educational system train you to work for somebody. It do not train you to be a business owner. It do not train you to be an entrepreneur. It trains you to be a good worker and be obedient. That's what the educational system is for. All right? Most successful people in America right now are high school dropouts, believe it or not. They didn't even finish, they don't even have no formal education, and they're successful, right? Generational impacts. The destruction led to a significant decline in black home ownership. Do you see that, guys? A significant decline in black home ownership and generational wealth in Tulsa for decades, with lasting economic and social effects. It destroyed black advancement. It destroyed black advancement. We were unable to recover. You know? Absolutely unable to recover. The destruction led to significant decline in black home ownership because blacks didn't want to own no home because why? They were afraid they would burn their home out of jealousy. And because of this, generational wealth in Tulsa pretty much was on a decline with lasting economic and social effects. This means all the children that was born after was raised in poverty, right? Silenced history. It says the events was largely covered up and omitted from history books for decades, with many descendants learning about it only as adults. Think about this, guys. A lot of you folks, when you were in school, some of y'all didn't even know what was going on. You had no clue what was going on. You learned these type of things as you got older. You was like, what? Tulsa what? Black Wall Street? What the heck is that? You didn't even know none of that when you was a kid. You didn't even know nothing. It was omitted from the history books, omitted from being talked about, because white America did not want people to know about what they did. You see? And there's still a lot of them today that are the descendants of them very same people. And they don't want you to know who they are. I know who they are because I can feel their energy. I can feel their hatred. It's a deep-rooted hatred. They just cannot stand seeing black people with anything. And you have to be black American. Let me make this very clear. They only hate blacks that are black American, meaning you have to be of the descendants of black Americans, real black people, right? Not African, not Nigerian, no. The white man don't have a problem with the Nigerian man, the African man. He don't have zero problem with them. If you ever see an interaction between a real white man and a Nigerian man, it's totally different. It's you American black men. You're the one. You're the one. They know who you are. So it goes on and it says, let's see what we got, guys. Double tap the screen. Give it a thumbs up. It says, rebuilding efforts. The community attempted to rebuild, and by 1942, there were 242 black-owned and black-operated businesses. However, the area later experienced a further decline due to urban development projects like highways built through the district in the 1960s and 70s. You see that, guy? Now, I was born in 77. So it's like they try to recover, they try to do what they need to do, but now you got these highways coming in and you're getting bought out. So it just scatters everybody all over the place. No community here. We're building highways. We're building highways to get in the way. That way you can't operate. Everybody just driving through. Nobody's stopping here. You know? I'm glad I was born in 77. I think I was born in the best time in history, where I was able to live as a youth in a time where everything was good. Everything was good. Music was good. People were good. Food were good. We had a lot of issues, but it was a better time than today. Much better time. You know? Let's see what we got. Okay, today, John Hope Franklin. What is this? John Hope Franklin Reconciliation Park and the Greenwood Rising History Center served to memorialize the victims and educate the public about the history of Black Wall Street and the massacre. And you know, it's crazy about this is that when you talk about this stuff, people just get mad at you, as if though they just don't want nobody to know. You know? It's crazy. It's wild how I could talk about these topics and some people get mad, they'll hate me. And all I'm doing is just educating the public on what's going on. Now, I said all of this, guys, to talk about today and what we can learn about this, because I really believe that as black men and women, and I'm not saying all white people, because I have white viewers as well. At the same time, there are racist whites in this land that really don't like to see a black man prosper. And it's sick. It's like everybody else can prosper and do good, but if you're doing good, we want to destroy it. We want to destroy it. Now, I want to say this, and I hope that all the people that need to hear this can hear this. I know for a fact that what I'm saying is true. In the community I live in, I take care of my yard. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it to make it look its best. And one thing that I notice about this community as a whole is a lot of people have like a secret hate that they hide. It's there, but you don't hear it, but you know it's there. When you have something good, people want to destroy it. People want to destroy it. When you have something that is nice, people want to destroy it. For example, like I said, the yard, immaculate. I notice even with the kids that are in the community, they'll do goofy things like walk nearby, start throwing a ball in hopes that the ball can go into your yard just to piss you off. And their parents do nothing about it. You'll have people that is talking behind your back. Why he's putting that there? Why he got that sign? Why that stuff is there? To protect something that's beautiful. If you don't like your yard being beautiful, don't tamper with mine. It's all out of jealousy. Some people are just naturally jealous. They don't like to see your success. They don't like to see anything nice. They really don't. It's crazy. Right? It's just wild, man. Absolutely wild. People like to destroy what looks good. Because I noticed this even in this community. Like, everybody else's yard looked the same. My yard is immaculate. I don't see kids running by nobody's yard. I don't see nobody going by nobody's yard. I don't see nobody playing by nobody else's yard. It's always by mine. And it's because people are not accustomed to seeing something nice. Normally, when you see something nice, you want to protect it. You know, like you see a flower and the flower look nice. You don't want nothing to harm the flower. You don't want nothing to crush the flower. You don't want nobody to step on the flower. You want the flower to thrive. That's now how it is with people. People want to destroy what you have if it looks better than theirs. And me being on the yard, it brings me closer to nature because I'm taking care of the earth by planting, and the earth gives me a return of a beautiful yard, beautiful lawn. And it rewards me back, and it tells me that it appreciates me for the fact that I've given a lot of love and energy into the earth. And what it taught me is how evil people are. The earth teaches me this. The lawn teaches me how evil people are. It explains to me, do you see the beauty? Look at how they react to it. Look at how they envy the very sight of your success. It's just a yard. It's just lawn, and they're freaking out over it. People will drive their cars, guys, literally, no cap. The way this community is set up, If you come down the street right here and you turn this corner over here and go this way and then go back up around that way, you only turn that corner to see me. If you come down this street, you turn this way, then turn and go that way, you were watching me the whole time. Because I know how everything works. I know all the different areas. So there's no need to come down this street and then go around and go back around that side. There's no need for that. Especially if you live here. And I've seen people that live here that would keep circling around. And I'm like, I got cameras all over the house, so they record 24 hours a day, and I see all the goofy stuff going on. And I'm like, people will stop, slow their car down, and look at the lawn and be like, not admiring it. Because some people might think, oh, they're just admiring it. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're hating. When you admire something, you acknowledge it. Meaning, if you see me out and about and you walking by or driving by, you stop your car. Hey, bud. Hey, great lawn, man. Wow, you put a lot of work into this, man. I come around every day. I see the lawn and I'm always stopping by. You start up a conversation. That's how you know you're acknowledging the person and you're making them understand that you appreciate the fact that you have this. Because, see, here's the thing. When the yard looks good, the community looks good as a whole, not just me. Some people don't understand community. When my yard looks great and it blossoms and it's shining and looking good, it makes the community look good. So that when you bring your guest around and they drive up and down, they're like, wow, this is a very nice community. You know why they're saying that? They saw my yard and it made them appreciate where you live. Even though your lawn might look like whatever, they're appreciating the fact that, wow, this looked really nice. Now imagine if everybody in the community yard looked the same way. That can happen. But when people are haters, they would never even ask you to fix their yard. Because all they got to do is just say, hey, bud, hey, I could hire you to do a job for me, fam. Like, hey, I would really like my yard to look like that. Well, planting season is over now. Can't really do it now. I only could do that in the months of pretty much the beginning of October. The beginning of October is typically the season to plant. You could plant in September, but I would kind of wait to October. Right now, we're in November. It's not really a good time to plant right now. You might get away, barely might get away with it, but I wouldn't do it because the cool season is going to kick in. We're going to soon get some frost. If you try to plant right now, it's going to go dormant. It's not going to last, right? Somebody said, what? Time to move to a better neighborhood? I don't know what you mean by a better neighborhood. There's no such thing as a better neighborhood. This is the misconception that a lot of people have when you talk about time to move. I'm not one of them people that move. People move from here. People move when they see people like me show up. They move. And that actually make America great again. Put a 1 in the chat if you're one of those individuals that you moved into a particular community. As you moved in, all your neighbors started moving out. Put a 1. As soon as you moved in, everybody starts selling houses. People start selling houses. You start seeing U-Haul trucks. You're seeing U-Haul trucks and delivery. You're like, what the heck is going on? Everybody moving out. Because you moved in. When you moved in, the light showed up. And those folks couldn't handle it. They couldn't stand seeing you. They became a prisoner in their own home. Ladies and gentlemen, There is such a thing as being a prisoner in your own home, where you living in your house and you are a prisoner. Why? Because you're so angry and hateful that you can't even come outside because you're such an evil person because you hate your neighbors so much. Fam, I come outside, I just be doing, I don't give a damn about nobody out here, bro. Because I roll solo. So I don't need friends. I don't need to be associate myself. No, I don't need none of that, bro. All I need is my family. That's it. That's all I care about. And my peace. Right? But what I'm saying is there are people that they're so hateful that the thought of seeing you every day, it makes them want to move. So it's not about me moving. I'm not going nowhere. I don't move because people are foolish or people are tweaking. I don't care about their demons. That's not making me move. You're not going to move me from my square. No, you're going to leave because my presence irritate their demons. So every time they come outside, they're going to feel tension. They're going to feel the heaviness. And it's going to drive them crazy to the point where you're going to see for sale signs. I'm serious. Listen, since I moved here, guys, let me see how many people move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 8 families already moved. About 8 families moved already. It's funny to me because it's like God is working, man. God is moving. He got a little more work to do. There's some more work to do. Some others got to move too. They're going to be moving soon, you know? Because for most of us in today's day, there's people that live around you and they don't like you. And they don't even know why they don't like you. They're weird. Did y'all watch my video the other day? The Halloween video? Man, that video was crazy. I'm on my yard filming, doing my shows. You had some weird person walking by. Person was like, "We don't appreciate our children being filmed." And I'm like, that's the devil. Because why are you so concerned about me on my yard? And you're walking by. And I'm just minding my business on my yard, which I believe we're in America, right? So when I look at that, that's just a hater who's jealous of me. Black man, successful, nice yard, looking real good, clean. I mean, it irritates demons, bro. It is what it is, man. Oh, yeah. The dude that came on the yard area, what was crazy, guys, is I put the tape there. I put the tape. I told you guys there's going to be somebody that's going to pull up and they're going to stand. They're going to be right there. They're going to test the spirit. Literally, I'm telling you guys, I know what I'm talking about. Dude come out of nowhere. And what's so crazy is all my cameras on the house got him. Dude came from across the street. He was literally across the street. Literally. And he just walked over, was standing by the street a little bit. He thought about what he was going to say or do. Then he walked down and went over. I got everything on camera, guys. I got a whole file already. He's literally caught on 4 cameras. 4 cameras. The whole thing of him literally being across the street to when he walked over. Everything is on tape. It's beautiful. Now imagine if I was posting all these videos on social media. I keep those videos for law enforcement. Those videos for law enforcement. Those are the files that I pretty much gather for law enforcement. They always say to create a paper trail. And basically, whoever that person is associated with, they're associated with people across the street. I got it all on tape. Everything is there in 4K. So everybody's recognizable. Everybody's face, everybody. because it's weird. It really is weird. When a man is on his yard and he's not bothering you, you don't come over to have conversations. I don't want to have conversations with nobody. I don't care who you are. Leave me alone. And y'all heard how I told him on camera. You heard everything. I made you see because I want everybody to know what it is. So you can see that when I talk about spiritual warfare, demons, devils, all sorts of perps and weirdos, I wanted you to see this stuff on camera. Because I would not walk up to somebody's yard while they're filming. I would not do that because I know I would be on tape. You can't walk up to my yard and then complain that you're on a video when you're walking to my yard. If there's such a problem, call the police. Don't come to my yard. If you feel children are in danger, call the police and see what the police say. They would tell you don't waste our effing time calling us about a man who is on his yard filming whatever he want to film. He's on his yard. Is he in front of a child? No. Is he following a child around with a camera? No. Where's this man at? He's on his yard, and I believe he's filming the kids. Sir, there is nothing we could do about that. It's crazy. So let me get this straight. Everybody's Ring cameras that are recording everybody. You have a problem with that? See how dumb that sounds? So what the person was trying to do is make others believe that that guy is filming kids. Weirdo stuff, bro. Somebody says, you always bitching about nothing. Let me put you on the block list because if that's how you feel, why are you watching me, dumbass? You're crazy. You're literally watching me and complaining. That's the dumbest thing I ever seen, bro. You're literally on my platform watching me do content, interacting with the people, and you're mad. That's stupid. Just another hater. Do you see these haters, how they come, guys? No matter what I do, they're hating. No matter what I do, they're going to hate, bro. And all of them folks that was crashing out is all white. All white. None black. Just don't come on my yard, bro. That's why I had the line there. Don't cross that line, and I told you no. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's why I put the line there. That's why I have it on camera. You cross that line, don't cross that line. That's why I said no. Now, let me teach you a little bit about the law. The same way you saw in that video with that gentleman, he asked, could he have a conversation, a chat, or whatever? If you agree, and it's on camera, you agreed for him to be on your yard to interact with you. You agreed. I said, no. That's one. Then he said something again. I said, no again. That's two. If he take it upon himself to cross that line, it's not going to be good. I just told you no. What the fuck you doing on my yard? Now it becomes a threat. Do you see that now? This is why when you're interacting with people, if there's no business for them being around, you tell them no. And make sure it's on tape. So that when law enforcement come around, in case you had to get down to business, everything is on video. Everything is on tape. Person just comes up out of nowhere. I don't know this person. I'm minding my business. Person crossed up, start walking up to me. I don't know who this person is. I was concerned for my life. I'm protected under the law. That's how you do it. And I learned that from white people. I've learned that from white friends who told me, make sure everything is on camera and make sure you never agree to interact with the person, meaning you didn't agree to, talk with them. Because now it's like you can't say they just came up there uninvited. You invited them. You see what I mean? It's just like if a law enforcement officer comes on your property, and let's say you're inside your garage, the officer is not just gonna walk into your garage. He's gonna ask, may I step in the garage? At that moment, you gotta verbally let him say, yes, you could come in. That grants him to come in. He just can't walk in. You understand what I'm saying? Can't do that. You gotta invite him in. Similar to a vampire. Remember vampire movies? The vampire cannot come in. Can't come in. He'll be like, you got to invite the vampire in. Always say no to the devil. Always say no. Remember, that was Halloween. So everybody outside was possessed with demons. And all I was doing was having some content talking about what's going on. I wasn't showing nobody this and that and all this other stuff. If you walk up to me and you walk up to my camera, you will be on video. And there's nothing you could do about it because I'm on my yard. Whatever I do on my yard is what I do. You cannot complain about your kids or what. I don't care about what your kids are. If they come to my yard, that's your problem. You're the parent. Right? You won't see my kids on nobody's yard. They were in the house. You know? Let's see what we got. Yeah, he can't walk in. Keep your doors locked. I don't trust nobody out here. I don't trust nobody out here. After Halloween, I don't trust nobody out here. My antennas are up real high now. Like, I don't trust none of these people. And I ain't talking to nobody. They could call me whatever. Because in the video, y'all can even hear it. A woman was like, and I already know who it is. You know what I'm saying? I ain't paying them no mind. They watching me right now. She was like, he's not friendly. He's what? He's not friendly. Don't go over there. He's not friendly. You don't know me, but you're telling people I'm not friendly? Because of what? Did I do something to somebody? So let me get this straight. I'm on my yard. I don't want to be bothered with none of you folk. I don't care about your damn Halloween celebrations. Keep your kids away from my house. I'm not a friendly person because of that. That's crazy work. That's wild, bro. Imagine, I don't want to be bothered with none of these folks, but they keep coming to my yard, and I'm telling them, no, there's no trick-or-treating over here. We don't celebrate no Halloween. I'm the bad guy. And what's so crazy is, last Halloween, nobody came here. Nobody. Nobody came here, bro. Last Halloween, nobody came here. I was sitting in my truck while everybody was outside doing whatever they had to do. Nobody came to this yard, bro. I had no signs up. I had no nothing. There was nothing there. Nothing. Nobody came here with trick-or-treat. No kids, nothing. But for some reason, they were coming like crazy. Y'all saw it. Y'all saw what was happening. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? Even when I told you guys I'm going to put a line by the front, obviously they're not going to cross the line. Y'all saw people climbing over the damn caution tape, bro. Climbing over. I'm like, bro, you had a group of kids, they literally crossing over. I'm like, yo, we don't celebrate no Halloween there. They still standing there. I said, y'all could get off the yard now. We don't celebrate. They're like, could we be on the live? I'm like, is these people crazy? Are these people nuts? But I'm the bad guy. I'm a grown man. I don't have no dealings with these damn kids. So to hear somebody in the background saying, don't go over there, he's not friendly, that's weird. If it was the other way around and my kids is coming on their yard and they're not welcome, you don't celebrate Halloween, I can't look at you and say, you're not a kind person. That's your yard. Whatever you say goes. If you don't want nobody over there, I'm going to respect you and keep it moving. But I'm not going to try to criticize you in a negative way because I couldn't get my way, because I couldn't get no candy, or because I didn't tap dance for you. I'm not doing none of that for nobody. You know? You says you don't sound kind. I don't give a damn what you think if I don't sound kind or whatever. I'm not friends with you. To hell with you. People are weird, bro. And that's another thing. If you worry about people feeling if you're kind or not, I don't care. These people are weird. You don't sound like you're kind. F you. I don't care. Get mad. Go away. Don't view me no more. People are weird. You're going to respect me. If I tell somebody I don't celebrate Halloween, there's no trick-or-treating here, and you still standing there, I'm going to tell you to get off the yard. I could always say something else. I could always do something else. I'm trying to be nice. You know what I mean? But it's like people don't understand English. You got to damn near cuss people out in order for them to take you serious. You know? You seem like the problem. Let me put you on the block list. You seem like the problem. See how easy that is? That's how I am. Once I see that you're a devil, I just block you. Just like if you're a neighbor and you're a demon, I don't have nothing to do with you. I would never speak to you, ever. And I would never feel no way. And I'll be outside working, doing what I normally do. I wouldn't have no care that you're there. Because in my mind, you don't exist. Because you're weird. I was always taught to treat people with respect. That's what I was always taught. Treat people with respect. And even if we don't talk, but you got to respect neighbors. These neighbors, they don't respect nobody. They don't respect nobody. That's why I don't talk to nobody. And I like it like that. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you in your neck of the woods, you got them same issues. It's like people, and it's normally the ones that are next to you, the ones that are in your vicinity, around you. They're the ones. They're the ones, guys. They're the ones. The ones that be like way out, you don't know, they don't ever see you, so they don't know nothing about you. It's the ones that see you every day. Those be the ones. Those be the ones that be the most hateful, the most jealous. They know everything about you. They watch you. They done research you. They looked up your name. They background check. They did all sorts of creepy, weirdo stuff, guys. I don't even think about people like that. Ooh, let me see who lives here. Let me go look them up. Let me look up this address. Let me try to find out this person's name. Let me go find out their background. Let me pay this fee to find out. Bro, you sick. You're a sick person. You got sickness, bro. There's something wrong with you mentally. If you got that kind of time. With a show of a one, do you got nosy neighbors? With a show of a one, whether you're white, black, whatever the case is, come into the chat and participate. Do you have nosy neighbors that just can't mind their effing business, bro? Like, it is just annoying, bro. They can't mind their business. I can't do nothing without them watching. I'm like, bro, I can't throw out the trash. Somebody's peeping. I can't go outside and do this. They watching. They talking. They looking. They lurking. Bro, stop. It's crazy. Look at all the ones, bro. Remember I told you guys that as a race of people, we're really not supposed to live around one another. We're really not supposed to. The way it's supposed to be, guys, is like this. If my house is here, right? Think of, all right, your house should be at least 1 acre or 2 away. Yeah, about 1 acre or 2 away. Let me make sure I get my math right. Give me a minute. Because I talked about this in videos already. I think about 1 acre. Yeah, about 1 acre. Yeah. As a community of people, we should live at least 1 acre away. That to me is great. At least 1 acre away. I don't have to see you. Yeah, about 1 acre away. 1 acre is actually good. That's a wild. That person's house is way down there. They never see you when you leave your house. They never see you when you bring groceries. They never see when the UPS deliver. That way, there's no drama. When we live around each other in a community environment, there's gonna always be the nosy folks, the Karens, the jealous people, the crazy kids, people letting their damn dogs go out. Bro, I looking at my camera in the backyard area. I see some damn stray dog walking around on my yard, on my backyard on the lawn. I didn't even go outside, bro. I just started to shake my head. And like, it's just one of these neighbors. They just let their dog go out there. Like, in other words, go out there and urinate on his yard. This is what they do. Listen, I'm gonna see if I can find the video and probably post that video. I'm gonna post it and probably just blur out the neighbor's house in the background. Blur it, just so you can see the dog running around on my area. It's crazy. You have neighbors that do that, guys. They'll let their dog loose and just let their dog just go wherever to use the bathroom. And these people have backyards. Rather than you take your damn dog, chain it up in the backyard so it could do what it need to do, you let your damn disgusting animal go and just do whatever he want on other people's yards? This is why I don't talk to nobody, bro. I can never do stuff like that. I can never just let my dog just go out and just do whatever it want. That's crazy. And one thing, guys, that I've learned, and this is something that's really beautiful that can really help all of you guys, don't give 2 Fs about what your neighbors think about you. I'm not trying to be friends with nobody. I don't give 2 Fs about being friends, social with neighbors. F them. I don't care. You got to have that mindset in order to survive. You got to have that mindset. Because if you're one of those kind of folks that be worried about what people think, and you want everybody to like you, you want everybody to look at you as the good neighbor, F all of that. F all of that. I'm going to be me. I'm going to take care of my family, and I don't care about what's going on with nobody. Because you don't like me, and it is what it is. I could tell when somebody don't like me. You could tell when you got neighbors that don't like you. They don't have to tell you. You just know they don't. There's a vibe. There's a feeling. There's tension in the air. You can feel it. It stinks. You understand? Just like when you have family that don't like you, friends that don't like you, you should be able to know when neighbors don't like you. You know? It is what it is. I just do what I got to do. I don't care about nothing. And I know there's a lot of you that never talk to your neighbors because you learned the hard way. I tried all of that trying to be Mr. Friendly. I tried all of that nice guy stuff. That stuff don't work. Some people are just angry and racist. And it is what it is. And then you got those type of neighbors that they talk to you once in a while, then they don't talk to you no more. I don't got no time for none of this ish, bro. I just don't want to talk to nobody. You know? I'm done with all of that stuff, bro. At my age, bro, I don't got time for all that drama, bro. I be talking to my wife about this all the time. She be thinking I'm crazy until she actually see the things that I talk about. And she's like, wow, I can't believe that. For real? I'm like, yeah. Your neighbors don't like you. They never did. They don't like you. Welcome to the club, man. I'm sure I got neighbors that watch me on YouTube and they be mad at the world. If you're mad and you're watching me, it's because I'm talking to you. You're that person. Because see, it's not everybody. Because here's the thing. There are people that's in the community that's way on the other side that don't even know I exist. So it's not them. The neighbors that normally hate you or have an issue with you, or if there's Karens around you, it's people that are close near you. Those be the ones. It's not the people all the way down there. It's the people that are right around you. Those are the ones that are your biggest haters. It don't be your whole community. Let's just make that clear. When I'm talking about what I'm talking about, it's not everybody in the community. It's the people that are right around you. They're the ones who monitor you every day. They see you every day. There's people that's probably like, what did this guy do for a living? He never goes nowhere. He never does this. He never do that. He's always working on the yard. He's always here. He's always this. How come he don't get up in the morning when we get up in the morning? How come he's always there? And they just constantly talking about you all day, bro. You said bro should move to an island. Why would I do that for? I'm trying to talk about the nosy neighbors and the hateful neighbors and the Karens. Because my Halloween video was epic, bro. That Halloween video, man, that was as real as it get, bro. That was real life, bro. Real life demonic possession, narcissism. You saw it all, bro. Like really, 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 bro. You had one guy, he got upset because I said no. Like literally, he come up to the yard. He was like, you got candy to give out to the kids? I said like this. He said, is that a yes or a no? I said no. He walks away, pissed. He said no. He said no. You can hear it in the background. He said no. And I'm saying to myself, you a grown man. You ask me yes or no. I tell you no. Respect it and move. You're black. So when you tell the white man, no, it's black man telling me, and the racist comes out. You see what I mean? That's what really went down. That evil nature came out. He's not friendly. Yeah, that's what that person said. He's not friendly. Don't go over there. He's not friendly. All of those people were drunk. Everybody that you saw coming to my yard, they were full of alcohol. They were drunk. They were drunk, guys. When I tell you, they were drunk. And the demon got in them and they would come to the yard. I'm not speaking to none of them because, like I said, my cameras on the house are recording everything. And I'm making it very clear. I don't want nothing to do with these people. I'm not trying to interact with them like that. If somebody talks to me, I'll talk to them, have brief conversations if the person appears to be cool. But nonetheless, I'm not trying to interact with people because I don't trust nobody. People are full of evil spirits. People have a lot of hatred towards you, and you don't even know these people, but they hate you. You know what I mean? So to protect myself and my peace, I just rather not interact with nobody. Right? I'm not interested in doing that. Give me a minute. It's my daughter. She's getting something. Yeah, guys. So it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy how the Black Wall Street thing went down. And today we still got those same issues where you have blacks that don't like blacks, blacks that feel they're better. You got racist blacks, internalized racism. You also have whites that still don't like blacks who are successful or whatever the case they do, you know. And it's just sad. It's like, I don't get it. Neighbors don't know how to be neighbors no more. Like, I'm one of the type of neighbors you would want to have because I'm the handy guy. I'm the guy that know how to build stuff. I'm the guy that fix stuff. I'm that guy. I'm the electrician. I'm the plumber. I'm the maintenance man. I'm the landscaper. I'm all of those things all wrapped up in one. I'm that neighbor that can transform your house into a palace. I'm that neighbor that can build a whole shed on the back of your yard. I'm that guy, right? I see some people around here, they trying to build stuff on their house, and I'm looking at them, and I'm like, damn, bro, you ain't built that yet? I would have built that thing in 1 hour. They there struggling to build this thing. I'm like, psh. It's amazing how people won't even ask for help, bro. That's how sad it is in today's day. Like, community is dead, bro. Community is dead. Like, there's no more community where people can actually count on neighbors. It's not like that no more, guys. Sad to say, it's not that way no more. You know? It's not. Never have to deal with trick-or-treaters. Hey, if you never have to deal with it, man, that's a blessing. That is a blessing. That means you most likely live somewhere where there's no access, where people just can't come up. Because I don't like it. I don't like the idea of kids running up to a stranger's house seeking candy. I don't like that. My kids don't practice these things, so why would I? Why would I be giving out candy if my kids are not outside with costumes on? Yeah, the days are gone forever, man. There's no more community no more. Now it's like you'll be in a community, never talk to your neighbor across the street, never talk to this one, never talk to that. It's a weird type of existence. It's like everybody's living in their own simulation. That's the best way I could explain it. Living in a community is like living in a simulation. Like you're in your own testing tube where you see them over there, they're in their own world. Like I'm in my own planet. At my house, I'm in my own planet, my own world. And whoever's over there, they're in their own world. And we just don't want to have nothing to do with each other. It's a weird, weird place, bro. The internet didn't ruin the world. People did. Not the internet. We blaming stuff that have nothing to do with it. That's like saying a neighborhood ruined the world. No. The people. People. The internet cannot do anything. People are the ones ruining things. That's what it is. He says, I remember riding my bike and from school and having like a 5-mile radius that was just my oasis as a kid. Moved to my town because we are all racist, all races getting along. I already moved out of New York. I ain't moving back there. I already moved out of New York. Too expensive. Very expensive. And it's just too crowded, you know. But I was more or less in the city, so you're most likely in a different area. So you say you blame Trump for everything? Y'all still blaming Trump, man? Damn. I thought we would have been over that already, man. Y'all still blaming this man? This man ain't do nothing yet. Like, come on now. Yeah, dumb people with smartphones ruin the internet, fam. That's a good one. I wonder if I could post that as a title on YouTube. That probably would be a little offensive. I don't think I could post that on YouTube as a title. The algorithm may not like it because I put dumb people. You ever notice that ChatGPT won't respond to you if you say certain things? Like if you say, well, I can't even say it because I don't want to say it. There's certain things you could type into ChatGPT, it won't even give you an answer. It'll be like, sorry, I cannot respond to that. You'd be like, wow. So you can't respond to that? You holding back info? When ChatGPT goes quiet and pleads the fifth. Well, we know what dumb means, not able to talk, but you have to understand how the algorithm works. The algorithm, similar to Instagram. If I go on Instagram and there's somebody doing something dumb, and I'll be like, this person is dumb. It'll say, warning, warning, please edit your comment with this line going. I'm like, what did I do wrong? You know? You said what? You said, oh, I enjoy your content. Hey, I appreciate that. Hey, everybody, do me a solid. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And make sure you hype the video when it's over. I'm about to log off in a few. I'm going to get something to eat and do what I need to do. I'm going to come back on later again, but I got to go take care of some things real quick. Yeah, guys. I'm going to start doing more videos about community type stuff, how to protect yourself in community settings. It's not what we all thought it was amped up to be. And let me also say this for the record, guys. You may not even believe me. Living in the projects of New York, you have more community than living in an area like where I'm at right now with all these houses and, you know, everything look nice or whatever. Living in the projects, you have more community, meaning interactions with people that understand you. People that look like you, people that go through the struggle. So if you're a person and you live in the hood, you live in the projects, I get it. There's crime. There's a lot of knuckleheads, the YNs. But I'm going to tell you something that's real, real, real. It's something about the hood that a lot of us miss when we move out the hood. I know there's a lot of people that will agree. It's something about the hood a lot of us miss when we move out in a better environment. The environment might be better. There's less crime or no crime at all. But the issue that I see is that in the hood, people actually smiled. People actually saluted people. People would know who the guy at the store is, the bodega, whatever. You would know your neighbors, even if you didn't talk to them. If you see them, good morning, how you doing? And you keep it going. They didn't see you every day. So there really wasn't this tension of, oh, I'm jealous, that person is a hater. None of that. I'm serious. In these environments where I'm at right now, I'm getting to understand what keeping up with the Joneses look like. Guys, would you believe me if I told you that ever since I moved into this community, I have over 5 high-performance scooters. Now everybody out here is riding scooters around. I just be laughing because I'm like, everybody's copying me. Everybody's trying to be me. They're trying to be cool. I'm seeing everybody riding around these little cheap scooters up and down, and they riding around with no helmets. None. As soon as somebody fall off one of those scooters and hit their head, it's going to be a lot of talk out here. You're never supposed to be riding those scooters around like a maniac with no helmet. It's weird. Keeping up with the Joneses is a serious thing, guys. I never thought I would see that, but keeping up with the Joneses is a real thing. It is real. It is a real thing, guys. You will have neighbors that will watch everything you buy and try to compete with you. Put a 1 if you have neighbors that do that. You buy a table for your backyard. You put it in the backyard, your neighbor looking out their window like, next minute, you just kind of went to your window real fast. You see your neighbor setting up the same table. You're like, for example, with me, I put solar lights all around the house. Nothing but solar energy lights. Why? Because I'm smart. I'm like, why would I have the light in the back of the house on all night, making the electric bill go up, having the front lights on all night, making the electric bill go up? Why would I waste my time doing all of that? When I could just be smart and put some solar power lights all around the house so that the lights can do its job with the sunlight, and then I'm just getting everything for free. So now what I'm waiting for now is to see which neighbor is going to get solar panel lights. I'm waiting to see who's going to be the one. And normally it's going to be somebody that's right around you. Because, like, what's the point of having a high bill? You could cut back on your electric bill by probably $3 by just putting a solar panel light up there. When you think about that $3 within a year, you know, it adds up. And you look at the lights that you purchase, it pays for itself. Notice what this person says. Does it matter, though? Yes, because you like to copy what your neighbors do. It does matter. What matters is, why would you go buy something because you saw me with it? That's weird. It does matter. Why would you go get something because you see me have it? And then when you get it, you start acting like you're the first one to get it. Rather than saying, hey, neighbor, I really like your lights. What model is that? I would really like to buy that. And rather than doing that, you sneakily go behind your neighbor's back and go find a similar light to put on your house, bro. Like, it's just sick, the things that I see, bro. People will go in debt to buy a new car just so they could show you that they got a car. And I'm like, bro, I don't really care about your car, bro. Like, I don't care about none of that. I don't care about these things, bro. Bruh, like, there's a lot of clothing I would like to get, but I don't buy clothes no more. I don't buy clothes no more. Matter of fact, the last bit of clothes that I bought was that work-related clothes that I bought the other day. But I don't buy clothes the way I used to. I just don't. I got so much clothes, I don't need it. I don't need it. I got so many shoes, I don't need it. I don't need to buy no shoes. I just focus on the house, focus on the studio, you know, things that I got to do. And I purchased that computer, guys. Remember I said I was going to purchase the computer for the side studio section? I already got the computer. I just never hooked it up. It's literally sitting there in the box. I think I showed you guys on the camera. I think I showed you guys on the camera before. But I have to set it up. I mainly focus on stuff that helps the content. That's pretty much it. Why are you asking me how many Bitcoins do I have? Who care why they copy you? Just play it like chess. You know the future. Well, one thing they cannot copy is the lawn. They can't copy that. For some reason, they probably was like, man, I can't do that. I can't copy this. But this is the last year I'm doing this lawn stuff. I'm not doing it next year. I'm just going to let it just go back to the way it was and not give a care about it. I'm not putting no more money into it. Yep. So, guys, I'm going to get up on out of here. I'll be back later on. If you guys like these conversations, like these videos, it's entertaining, educational, it keeps you thinking, then consider subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comments when the video is over. Come into the comments section. You guys be in the live chat, but when the video is over, we need you guys to go into the main comments so that YouTube can see that people are actively involved with the video. Also, hype the video. That helps to push the video in the algorithm. We got to help the platform to grow, guys. Without your help, I can't do it. I can't do it without the people. You know what I mean? So I'm really appreciative of everybody that come to the shows. You know what I mean? Shout out to the person that gave the $1.99. You know what I'm saying? You were the first sponsor of the show. And yeah, we're just going to keep pushing, keep grinding, keep putting out content. Guys, don't let haters, don't let your family, friends, crazy neighbors, don't let none of these people get in your way when it comes to you being you. Always be you. People are going to always be jealous of you. They're going to always talk about you. They're going to be hateful. It's all out of ignorance. They just don't know no better. They don't know how to communicate. Listen, a lot of these people in these communities, they're just spoiled children. They're scared. They're scared of people that are different. They don't know how to think. That's why they only hang around people that think like them. The minute they see somebody that's different, they're on edge. They get nervous. They look at you like a monster. Don't worry about them. Let them just sit there and just stay there. Continue to shine. Make them see you looking good. Make them see you happy. Make them just get mad, bro. It's crazy. So I'm going to get up on out of here, man. It is what it is. Protect your peace, guys. Don't interact with demon people. Protect your family, you know. Shout out to, is that Lachey? I think that's how you pronounce the name. Shout out to you for the $4.99. Lachey. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Lachey Malachi. Shout out to you for the support. So we're going to get up on out of here, guys. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Shout out to Caramel Kimmy Kim holding down the live chat. You had somebody earlier, they was like, they were trying to send $1,000 and they said the super chat don't work. I don't understand what they mean. The super chat clearly worked. I think they were trolling because they wanted to see if I was going to read their comment. So we're going to get up on out of here, man. Y'all take care. The limit on YouTube is 500. So you can't send 1,000. And if they were, they could always send that to the Cash App. $ Ringo TV Raw. You know what I'm saying? RINGO. TV Raw. All right? Yeah, they was capping, yeah. So, guys, I'm going to get up on out of here. Peace and blessings to everybody. We'll be on later on with more content. I got more topics to talk about. We're gonna do a lot of content, guys. We're literally on our way. We're doing what we got to do, and we're gonna be diverse with all the content. We're not focusing on one thing. We're trying to branch out into different things, bring in and reach new audiences, and keep things popping. Right? So it is what it is. So peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. Shout out to all the truckers out there. Y'all have a blessed one.